Hello, good afternoon. I just took a bath and just thinking about what I just read about ancient civilizations, the Israelites, and well, before the Israelites. So the Bible, what context was the Bible written? So there's many elements here that I took some notes about that. I guess the common Israelite, what would they have said if you had talked to them? If you would have, what did everybody know? What did Abraham know, for example, that he doesn't feel like mentioning because it's just too basic and it's not worth mentioning? Uh, is that the Sumerian civilization, where he comes from? And the route that he was taking from Ur to the Promised Land, that was a trade route for caravans. I could see the map that when there were the first cities, they had commerce between the cities. So Sumerian cities were the most prosperous, but there were routes for caravans between the cities for trade. Uh, so I'm guessing that the stories of Babylonians, because they're written first, they were brought with the traders, the merchants to other places. It's like an expression in a vocabulary. You would say, well, that expression, I've heard that before. And somebody from, I don't know, from the past that was using that. And then you can make the reference. But if there's an if the person from the past, if it's before, that means that there's a chance that it was copied from there. It's rare that two things appear that are super similar, that have no link between them. So, so yeah, I was wondering what Abraham would have known if I had. That's what sometimes we talk about in Jehovah's Witnesses, that when Abraham is going to be resurrected, what type of questions that you would like to ask them. And I would ask that, what was it like in Ur? Uh, what does he know about the Sumerian civilization and culture? Did he know about the laws? Did he know about the myths, the creation stories of them? Was he aware of the gods of Ur and their stories that feels that are close to that? So to pinpoint where and when those stories from the early stories are, you need to have hint from pottery. Like they were saying that Job was scraping his sores with a piece of pottery. So if we had more details on what type of pottery that was, what decoration that was, that would give us a very good idea of when this was happening. So, um, because that's how archaeology works. You can follow the trends. You know that in this particular period of time there was this, or even if there's language or something written on the pottery, you know what language is it, and that gives us a good clue of what culture it comes from, and is there any links, because usually a culture doesn't appear suddenly like that. There's a slow evolution, so you can see that there's early developments before it becomes this particular thing. So you could 100% notice the influences. So yeah, what I learned was that the golden calf, another thing, the golden calf that the Israelites were worshipping was a symbol of the higher classes of Sumer. They had golden calves in their treasury. So it's not, these are images that were common. They're not original. They're not created. Was probably everybody knew about it. Like these are common things that you just see it. That's like the environment that we are in. That's just normal. So, uh, yeah, golden calves is associated with higher classes of Sumer cities of the treasury, and also the El, the god of Israel, was represented in the earliest time by uh, the head of a calf, I guess, the head of with the horns. So because the deities had the horns, they were represented with horns, and these are Israelites or Canaanite deities. Uh, there was another thing I just wanted to talk about. It was really interesting. Yeah, the thing that's different with the Bible is the thing is that it's the same with the Bible, is that it's taking common stories that everybody has heard about. They all know the creation story, that it's 7 days. That was Marduk created the world in 7 days. These are stories that everybody know about, but in the Bible it is associated with the work of El, the god El. That is what it makes it different from every other story. So thank you for listening.